Hey everyone, thinking about that Croatia and Slovenia trip with the Sisterhood in May 2026. We got our hands on the itinerary, and wow, this is next level.
You're listening to the Sisterhood Travels podcast. Join us as we explore the world, share empowering stories, and build lasting friendships. Adventure is out there, and sometimes it comes with extraordinary sisterhood.
Yeah, you know what really jumped out at me? Just how much value is packed in. They really put together some authentic experiences to get you into the culture.
Okay, so give us the details. What kind of experiences are we talking about? You know our listeners love to learn and explore.
Okay, so picture this. You're in a Dalmatian village, right? And you're not just watching, but actually helping to make a traditional meal with folk music all around you.
Oh, wow.
And then later you're at a family-run prosciutto farm learning how they make that amazing delicacy. These are the things that turn a regular trip into a real cultural immersion.
That sounds incredible, like you're living in a travel show. And speaking of perfect timing, May is ideal for this region, right?
Absolutely. May is shoulder season. So you get those beautiful spring flowers and the weather's nice without the crazy summer heat and way fewer crowds.
Less people in your photos.
Exactly. Plus, you often get better prices during shoulder season. More bang for your buck.
Love it. Okay, let's take our listeners on a little virtual tour. The trip starts in Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia. I know this might sound a little cliche, but it really is like a fairy tale city.
It's full of these charming bridges, and the architecture is so whimsical. And of course, you have to mention the dragon statues. But there's a cool story behind them. They're not just decoration. They're actually a big part of Ljubljana's history. They represent strength, courage, and nobility. It's those little things that add so much more meaning to your trip.
I love that. It's not just seeing the sights. It's like uncovering hidden stories and symbols. And speaking of picture-perfect places, next up is Lake Bled.
Lake Bled. Get ready to be blown away. This glacial lake with the little island church is straight out of a storybook.
It really is.
But here's a fun fact. Did you know that island was a sacred spot for Slavic pagans? The church that's there now is actually built on top of an old temple. A temple to Hiva, the goddess of love and fertility.
Wow, I had no idea. That adds a whole other layer to it. I bet you can feel the energy there.
Definitely.
And of course, you can't go to Lake Bled without trying the famous Bled cream cake. I have a feeling our listeners have a bit of a sweet tooth.
Oh yeah, those cream cakes are legendary. But okay, back to the itinerary. After Lake Bled, get ready for one of Europe's most amazing natural wonders, Plitvice Lakes National Park.
I've seen pictures. It's breathtaking. Tell us what makes it so special.
Okay, imagine 16 lakes, all connected, cascading into each other. It's like a symphony of waterfalls, and the water is this amazing turquoise color, and lush green forests everywhere. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. The way those lakes formed over thousands of years is incredible. The water is full of minerals, so it's actually built natural dams, creating those cascading pools.
It sounds like a place where you could easily get lost, just wandering and taking it all in. And from natural wonders, the itinerary takes us to historical treasures, the city of Split.
Split is this amazing mix of old and new. You've got the incredibly well-preserved Diocletian's Palace, another UNESCO World Heritage Site. It dates back to Roman times. It's literally woven into the city.
Wow.
Imagine walking those streets thinking about emperors and gladiators from centuries ago.
It's amazing.
And then right around the corner, you've got bustling markets and cool cafes and a vibrant food scene.
It's incredible that you can experience that kind of history and then enjoy some amazing Dalmatian food all in the same place.
Oh, and speaking of food, Split is a foodie's paradise. Fresh seafood, savory stews. There's something for every taste.
Okay, I'm officially hungry now. But we have to keep going. We can't forget Dubrovnik, the pearl of the Adriatic, a city full of history and beauty.
Dubrovnik is iconic for a reason. Those city walls were built centuries ago to protect the city, and now they offer these breathtaking views of the Adriatic Sea and the Old Town with its terracotta rooftops. It's like stepping back in time, but with a modern twist.
And I have to mention the Game of Thrones connection. Fans of the show will feel like they're walking through King's Landing.
So true. Lots of iconic scenes were filmed right there within those walls. Adds a whole other level of excitement to exploring.
This itinerary is packed with even more incredible places and things to do.
We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to discover. Charming coastal towns, hidden gems in the countryside.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to dive into the rest of this itinerary. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with more.
At Sisterhood Travels, we're all about creating unforgettable journeys that inspire, empower, and connect women through the beauty of travel. We're dedicated to offering safe, culturally rich experiences that foster a community where exploration and empowerment go hand in hand. Our team is here for you Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. To stay updated on our latest trip releases and exciting news, be sure to visit our website at sisterhoodtravels.com. You can also join our vibrant Facebook community at facebook.com/womentravelers, where you'll find a supportive group of fellow adventurers. If you need to reach us, feel free to call us at 910-742-5324 or send an email to info@sisterhoodtravels.com. We're here to help make your travel dreams come true.
You ready to discover more hidden gems on this Croatian and Slovenian adventure?
Oh, absolutely. We left off talking about Dubrovnik. What's next on this amazing itinerary?
Well, after you've soaked in all the magic of Dubrovnik, the itinerary takes you to this lesser-known coastal town called Cavtat. It's kind of a hidden gem, perfect for unwinding after all the excitement of Dubrovnik.
Ooh, a hidden gem.
Right.
I bet our listeners are loving this. Tell us more about Cavtat.
Okay, so imagine a picture-perfect harbor, palm trees swaying in the breeze. You've got these charming cafes spilling out onto sunny terraces and narrow cobblestone streets that lead to hidden squares. Cavtat is all about embracing that relaxed Mediterranean lifestyle.
Sounds idyllic. The perfect place to enjoy a long lunch, sip some Croatian wine, and just soak up the scenery.
Exactly. And don't forget the seafood. Being right on the coast, Cavtat is known for having some of the freshest catches.
Okay, I'm sold. Cavtat is officially on my travel list. So where do we go from this coastal paradise?
From Cavtat, you'll hop on a short flight back up to Zagreb. It might seem like a bit of a detour, but it's the best way to see more of the country and all the different landscapes without spending too much time traveling.
Makes sense. It's all about maximizing those travel days. And speaking of maximizing experiences, next up is a destination that has been on my bucket list forever. Plitvice Lakes National Park.
Plitvice Lakes. Oh, get ready to be amazed. It's one of those natural wonders that you just have to see to believe. It's like a symphony of cascading waterfalls, turquoise lakes, lush forests everywhere.
I've seen pictures, but I bet they don't even come close to the real thing.
You're telling me. Photos just can't capture the scale and the beauty of this place. Imagine yourself walking along these wooden boardwalks that wind through the forest. The sound of rushing water everywhere. You can look down into these crystal clear lakes, and the water's so clear you can see all the way to the bottom. And the colors, blues and greens you wouldn't believe.
Sounds like a sensory overload in the best way possible.
It really is. And to add to the magic, the itinerary includes a boat ride across one of the bigger lakes. Just imagine gliding across that peaceful water, surrounded by waterfalls and greenery.
Okay, this is officially at the top of my bucket list. Now, switching gears a bit, the itinerary mentions a visit to a family-run prosciutto farm. As a self-proclaimed charcuterie enthusiast, I am very intrigued.
This is one of those things that makes this trip so special. It's not just about tasting the prosciutto, it's about understanding the tradition and the skill that goes into making it.
So we're not just passive observers, we're actually getting a behind-the-scenes look.
Exactly. You'll learn about the history of prosciutto making in Croatia, the traditional methods they've been using for generations, the dedication it takes to make such high-quality cured meats.
Wow, it's like a culinary masterclass. And speaking of culinary treasures, the itinerary also includes a visit to a family-run olive oil estate.
Yes, olive oil is like the heart of Mediterranean cuisine, and Croatia makes some really amazing oils.
I can already smell those fresh, fruity aromas and taste that liquid gold.
You'll get to see the whole process from harvesting the olives to pressing them into oil. And of course, no visit to an olive oil estate would be complete without a tasting.
Of course not.
You'll get to try different varieties, learn about the unique flavors, and maybe even pick up some tips on how to pair olive oil with different foods.
I love how immersive this itinerary is. It's not just about checking things off a list, it's about engaging all your senses and really experiencing the culture.
That's what makes this trip stand out. It's about connecting with the places you visit through their food, their traditions, their people.
Now, I'm noticing that the itinerary has quite a few free time slots. Does that mean you're on your own, or are there optional activities?
The free time is actually a really important part of the trip. It gives you the flexibility to explore at your own pace, to spend more time on something that interests you, or just to relax and soak it all in.
So it's about striking that perfect balance between guided experiences and having some freedom to do your own thing.
Exactly. It's also a great time to get to know your fellow travelers. Maybe grab a coffee together, share travel stories, or explore a local market.
It sounds like the perfect blend of organized activities and spontaneous adventures.
Yeah.
Now, I know our listeners are all about feeling safe and comfortable, especially when they're traveling solo. How does this trip address that?
Safety is a huge priority, especially for women traveling alone. And this itinerary was designed with that in mind. First of all, you're traveling with a group of women who share similar interests, so you automatically have this built-in support system and a sense of camaraderie.
There's definitely a sense of comfort knowing you have a group looking out for each other.
For sure. And beyond that, the itinerary itself minimizes any potential risks. You'll have comfortable and safe accommodations, reliable transportation, and experienced guides who know the area really well.
Having that peace of mind is priceless, especially when you're in unfamiliar places. Plus, you don't have to worry about figuring out public transportation or navigating new areas.
Exactly. It lets you relax and enjoy the experience knowing that your safety is a top priority.
So let's talk about the financial side of things. I know solo travelers often have to pay extra when they book trips. What's the situation here?
This trip actually offers both double and single occupancy options, so you can choose what works best for you and your budget.
That's great. It makes it so much more accessible for solo travelers who want their own space.
Exactly. And even if you choose a single room, you'll still have plenty of opportunities to socialize with the group.
So you get the best of both worlds, privacy and social connection. And speaking of cost, the price includes almost everything: accommodations, most meals, in-country transportation, and all those incredible experiences we've been talking about.
It's seriously a great value. You get so much for your money, which means you can just relax and enjoy the trip without worrying about your budget.
I love that they've thought of everything so you can just show up and have an amazing time. Now, I know a lot of travelers are thinking about their environmental impact. Does this trip address sustainability at all?
While the itinerary doesn't specifically outline any sustainability initiatives, the focus on local experiences, family-run businesses, and traditional practices shows that they respect the environment and the communities you'll be visiting.
So it's about supporting local economies and immersing yourself in the culture in a way that feels authentic and responsible.
Exactly. It's about traveling thoughtfully and leaving a positive impact on the places you visit.
Okay, so we've talked about safety, flexibility, value, and sustainability, all super important things to consider when you're traveling, especially solo.
And we've only just started to uncover all the magic this itinerary has to offer.
You know, as we've been talking about this trip, I keep thinking about one thing:
Oh, yeah. What's that?
the transformative potential. It's not just about sightseeing or trying new foods. It's about something much bigger.
I know exactly what you mean, especially for women. Traveling solo can be so empowering.
Yeah.
It's a chance to step out of your comfort zone, discover how strong and independent you are, and make memories that will stay with you forever.
And this itinerary seems perfect for that kind of transformation. It's packed with chances to challenge yourself, connect with other women, really embrace the unknown.
Imagine this: you're standing on those ancient city walls in Dubrovnik, the wind in your hair, and you're looking out at the Adriatic Sea.
Wow.
Or maybe you're in a market and split bargaining for souvenirs and trying out your Croatian.
Or picture yourself having dinner with your new friends, laughing and sharing stories.
Those are the moments that you'll never forget. The moments that shape you, inspire you, and remind you of what you're truly capable of.
You know, for a lot of women, the idea of solo travel can be a little scary. What would you say to someone who's thinking about it but not quite sure?
I'd say don't let fear stop you. This trip gives you the best of both worlds. You have the support of a group, but you also have the freedom to do your own thing.
So you have a built-in support system, but you can still create your own adventure.
Exactly. And the Sisterhood leaders are amazing. They make sure everything goes smoothly, answer all your questions, and create a really safe and supportive environment.
So you can really relax and just enjoy the experience knowing you're in good hands.
That's the idea. This trip is an invitation to get out of your comfort zone, to embrace new experiences, and maybe even discover a side of yourself you didn't know existed.
Yeah, it's a chance to explore incredible places, taste delicious food, immerse yourself in different cultures, and meet amazing women from all over.
And who knows? You might come home feeling more confident, more independent, and with a whole bunch of incredible stories to tell.
So if you're listening and you feel that pull, that desire for adventure, for connection, for something really special, I say go for it. Take the leap.
Check out the full itinerary on our website. Let yourself picture it. Imagine yourself walking through those charming streets in Ljubljana, kayaking on that beautiful green water in Lake Bled, sipping wine as the sun sets over the Adriatic Sea.
Think about the new friends you'll make, the memories you'll create, the personal growth you'll experience. This is so much more than just a trip. It's a journey of self-discovery.
So what are you waiting for? The world is calling.
And the Sisterhood is waiting to welcome you.